Hey, I'm Lee Wind, and this is my It Gets Better video. I want to tell you three things. The first thing is about this whole idea of choice. Why do you gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender people choose that lifestyle? We hear that all the time, and it's so infuriating because turn to your straight male friends and say, hey, when did you choose to be attracted to women? And they'll be like, huh? And you'll be like, okay, so when did you know that you were first attracted to a woman? And they'll be like, well, I was 5 years old, I was 7 years old, I was 11. And you'll be like, great, so when did you choose that you were not going to be attracted to guys? And they'll just give you this blank stare. And then they'll maybe get it that we can't convince ourselves to be attracted to who we're attracted to. It's just sort of how we come out of our body's truth. And that's the thing. It's not a lifestyle choice. It's a choice about whether you're going to be honest or not, whether you're going to be authentic about how you truly feel. So that's the choice, and I think it's a really good point to make. The second thing is about being bullied. I was bullied a lot, especially in 5th, 6th, and 7th grade. I remember being tormented on the school bus. There were these kids that were like, you come back on Monday, we're going to kill you. And I spent the whole weekend petrified that I was actually kind of going to die on Monday. And I argued with my parents. I didn't want to go back to school. I was so afraid. There was this, I didn't die, but I was sort of terrorized. And I remember there was this cloakroom where we had to go hang our coats. I grew up outside Philadelphia, and it was really cold in the winter. And every day I would go in there and the kids would shove me and push me, and this one guy would be like, why don't you fight me, faggot? Why don't you fight me? And one day I took a swing at him, and I would love to tell you that I knocked the guy on his ass, but I think I just barely grazed him, and I got hit pretty bad, and thank goodness the teachers came really fast. But the change had happened, and I sort of started to stand up for myself, and I got involved in theater, and I got involved in writing, and I sort of started to focus my life more about what I really cared about and what I wanted to do rather than what other people wanted. And that was a big shift. And amazingly enough, you know, the years passed, and I fell in love with this great guy that I met playing beach volleyball, and we got married, and we have a child, and I feel really, really blessed in my life. And 32 years later, I get this message on Facebook, just last month, that says, I'm a jackass. That's the subject line with 4 exclamation points. Hey Lee, I just wanted to take this opportunity to tell you how sorry I am for treating you so poorly in elementary school. I was a complete prick and had no reason to treat you that way. I had problems of my own that don't justify it, but help me better understand it at age 44. Just wanted to apologize since I came across you one day on this global phenomenon a while ago and told myself I'd have to write you someday. Please don't feel obligated to write back. I simply wanted to say I'm sorry. One day if I see you, I'll tell you in person. Hope you're doing great. And I thought, oh my gosh, I don't even know who this person is. I looked at the name, I looked at the photo, no clue who this guy is. But 32 years later, he's still carrying around the weight of what he did, of what being a bully meant in terms of who he was as a person. And I think that that's something we don't hear a lot about, the cost of bullying. And I found this great quote by Khalil Gibran. If the other person injures you, you may forget the injury, but if you injure him, you will always remember. I thought that was kind of profound. And then the third thing I wanted to share is that, okay, it does get better. Yeah, as soon as you get out of school, you're not surrounded by all these jerks, and life does get better. But it shouldn't just be a message about hold your breath until you get out of high school or junior high. Life will get better when you're older. Here's the thing, we can make it better. Every one of us, we can stand up when someone else is being ridiculed or bullied, we can stand up. Because what that does is if me as a gay white man stop someone from telling a black joke, or stop someone when they say, oh, you're such a retard, or that's so lame, or a straight person says, hey, when someone says that's so gay, and they stop them and they say, oh, you know, I think that test may be stupid, but I don't think that test is attracted to other tests of the same gender. That's how the world starts to change. If we change ourselves and we change our circle of friends, then that starts to change our schools and our communities, and that can change our world. So it's not just it gets better, but we have to make it better. And I hope you join me, and we'll all make it better. Thank you very much. Namaste.